What's up everybody, once again my name is Matt and welcome back to Let's Play Sonic Mania. Today we're taking on Hydrocity Zone. Now before we actually do anything in the zone itself, bounce off that spring to the left and grab this water shield. It's free. Why wouldn't you grab this? This thing is so useful in a stage like Hydrocity because when you have a water shield, you have unlimited air, meaning we don't need to worry about drowning, and since a lot of the stage is underwater, you can imagine how that can come in handy. It can also repel like smaller projectiles, which is kinda cool. So it's a free pickup with a lot of mileage in this stage, so why wouldn't you get it? And I already lost it, so that's just great, man. Good job, Matt. Good job. Hydrocity Zone is another one of those stages that I played a ton of as a kid because it's fairly early in Sonic 3, I believe. It's actually not that bad of a level, even though it is a water level, and generally speaking, water levels are terrible. Hydrocity, it's pretty okay, and it does have a banger of a soundtrack as well, so I can get down with some Hydrocity funk. Anyways, real quick, we got ourselves a special stage. Let's catch this UFO, man. I believe this is going to be for the 6th Chaos Emerald. That's pretty freaking cool, man. Only one more after this. At this point, I actually have practiced all of these special stages in the game, so I know what I'm getting into. And this one in particular has a rather interesting layout since there's a lot of forks in the road, so it can be kind of hard to tell, like, what way is the fastest direction. That was kind of stupid there. Not a huge deal because there's a lot of rings in this stage as well. These ring capsules will definitely save your life if you're having trouble avoiding the obstacles. Now, if I could give you some general advice, when you're going Mach 1 and Mach 2, try and stick as close to the capsule as you possibly can and, like, follow its pathing, because when you're going Mach 1, the capsule is just, like, way faster than you. Mach 2, you're going maybe slightly faster than the UFO is, but you're probably not going to catch it if it has a significant lead. When you're going Mach 3, that's when you'll start to catch up to the UFO itself. So, if you stick really close to it when you're going Mach 1 and 2, once you hit Mach 3, you'll be able to, like, catch up to it no problem. We're actually doing really good in... Oh, no. That's actually not good. As long as we avoid, like, every other obstacle, though, we should be able to catch this thing with the current amount of rings that we have, because we're already really, really close to it. And if I cut a couple of these corners, we should be able to catch up to it no problem. So come on, man. Come back here, dude. I need to stop going off the course. I'm like right there. Alright, we got it. Nice. And I believe that is actually our 6th Chaos Emerald. Only one more to go, man. If I knew where, like, another special stage ring was, I would hop into it without even hesitating because, believe it or not, guys, like, the final special stage is pretty easy. I'm fairly confident in my ability to get the 7th Emerald without too much practice. Like, I've gone through the stage 2 or 3 times already, so I know the layout, but, yeah, it's really not that hard. You would imagine it would be a lot harder to get the final Chaos Emerald than it actually is, but I don't really know where another special stage ring is, so I can't exactly show it to you yet. And I wish I did know how, like, easy these special stages were earlier on, because if I did, I would have made, like, a greater effort to grab more special stage rings in the earlier zones, since then I could have, like, Supersonic way earlier, and that would have been amazing. Like, if I had Supersonic now, you could bet your bottom dollar I'd be using it. Also, this thing is not lifting me up high enough. I need some air too, hang on. Oh yeah, I forgot about these things. This is one of the changes they made to Hydrocity that I don't really like. This whole bubble mechanic. I mean, it's kind of cool, right? You encase Sonic in a bubble, then you sort of move him around and use the air currents from those propellers to travel. Seems like a neat idea, but it's just so slow and sluggish, I can't really get behind it. Because here's the thing, like, the underwater sections in Hydrocity are already kind of slow. Like, Sonic, he's not moving at his top speed. His jump is a little bit more, like, on the moon, so to speak. So adding the whole bubble mechanic just slows it down even more, and I don't really like it if I'm being totally honest, guys. And they use it quite a bit in this stage, too, like 3 or 4 times, which I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but they always use it, and it always takes forever to get through, so I don't know, it's just not something I enjoy about the changes to Hydrocity, because even though there are a lot of underwater segments in Hydrocity, it's still a pretty fast stage overall. Whatever though. I do want to be a little bit careful since I'm not exactly sure how far down I am, and we could run out of oxygen if we're not careful. Thank goodness there's a bubble here, so as long as we're inside one of these things, we'll be fine. And I'm not really sure why it broke out there. I think I pressed A, which, my bad, because that does break you out of the bubble. So let's try and avoid all these enemies with their sharp, pointy edges. I don't want to deal with that, man. I'm just trying to get over here and... Uh-oh! Actually, that worked out perfectly. Thank goodness I ran into that enemy. I mean, normally I wouldn't want to do that because I lost all my rings, but it sort of bounced me back on the correct path, so I will take it, man. Alright, oh, jeez, I hate this part. This part always messes me up. Oh, we're not going to make it. Yeah, I hesitated. If I didn't hesitate, we probably would have been fine there. Going over, like, this section of the two spikes to my left is actually a little bit harder than it might seem, because you basically need to be at your max height and also have a little bit of momentum before you leave the range of the propellers, otherwise you won't make it. So let's actually try and get a little more distance and momentum, and hopefully this works. Yeah, there we go. Alright. So sketchy, man. So sketchy, but we're good. Now let's just gently float all the way to the top, and thank goodness we are out of the water, man. And really, that's just unfortunate. I feel like I'm getting hit an awful lot in this stage, so maybe I should slow it down just a little bit. Well, maybe not that much, but you get the point. Oh, well, speaking of going slow, welcome to, I think this is like one of the final sections of this first act. All we have to do is let these propellers blow us along the path, because there's really not a whole lot we can do otherwise. We just gotta go with the flow, follow the currents, and hopefully not pop our bubble in the meantime. I think we actually can, yeah, deflect those bullets, so thank goodness. And hello, Eggman, what are you doing over there? And, oh man, my bubble popped. Well, I did see Eggman off to the right inside the wall, so we'll chase after him by slowly floating upwards. There we go. Alright, I think I can spin dash here. Yeah, we're good. And, probably should grab that air bubble. Or that one. That works too. Alright, I think this is actually where the boss takes place. And, yeah, the game is nice enough to give you a free air bubble. Because guess what? You can still drown in these cutscenes. So make sure you grab that. What are you doing, Eggman? Why are you placing bombs there? I don't trust you. Ah, jeez. Make sure you go to the left side when he blows that up. Because, if you go to the right, you're gonna get squished. Yeah, it's a trick. Trust me. It takes you one death to learn that, and then you never forget it. Alright, let's just try and move quickly through here, because obviously the entire stage is moving, so if we don't move quick enough, we'll actually end up getting trapped and then squished to death, which is not how I want to go out. So, jeez, man, thank goodness we made it. Now, the boss of this act is actually really, really cool, because if you played Sonic 3, this is like the very same Eggmobile that Eggman used on you in the boss fight of Hydrocity Zone. So it's really cool how the tables have turned and now we're in the Eggmobile, if you will. What you want to do here, though, is pretty simple. Just press A to, like, spin your propeller and create that current. You want to drag Eggman into the propeller to deal damage to him. Make sure you don't drag the bombs into yourself, though, because obviously you will take damage if you do that. So it becomes kind of like this weird game of having to do a whirlwind. That way you can sort of move the propellers away and drag Eggman closer to you. It's really not too hard. Like, once you sort of understand what's going on, the timing's not too difficult. And, ooh, that was actually kind of close, not gonna lie. I think maybe one more hit, and we'll be good. Yeah, there we go. See you later, Eggman. I think you can actually drop the bombs on, like, the back of this Eggmobile, too. I just didn't actually bother doing that in the entire fight, so whatever, not a huge deal. But that does it for Act 1. Now let's move on to Act 2. Hopefully we can find a special stage ring. I don't actually know where any of them are in Act 2. So maybe, if we're lucky, we'll stumble across one. And I can go for that 7th Chaos Emerald, but I'm not really gonna hold my breath over it. And like, the only reason why I keep bringing it up is because I've had a taste of Super Sonic now, and it's so much fun, you guys. Like, I don't know. Once you hit 50 rings, if you jump in the air, you can turn into Super Sonic, and then you become invincible, and also you can, like, reach max speed in a matter of seconds. So it's just a really enjoyable experience, and it makes getting through these stages a whole heck of a lot easier, since the only thing you really need to worry about is, like, getting smushed. That's the only way that you can die as Super Sonic, pretty much. Obviously, if you do run out of rings, just like in any other, you know, classic Sonic game, you will turn back in normal Sonic, and then you'll have 0 rings, so then you're super vulnerable. But if you're quick enough, you can pretty much just blaze through any level and destroy any of the bosses in a matter of seconds. So yeah, like, I want to be Super Sonic really soon, guys. It would be so much fun, so I can't wait to abuse it once we do get it. Until then, though, I guess I'll just try and get through the stage as quickly as I possibly can. What's nice about this is, the next stage is actually a new exclusive stage in Sonic Mania, and, Act 1 is pretty much, there's no special stage rings at all. Act 2, however, has one right at the very beginning, so I already know, like, where the next special stage ring is and how to get to it, so it's not really going to be that big of a problem for us at all. We just have to get to that point, and then we'll be able to go Super Sonic whenever our heart desires. I think Act 2 of Hydrocity is, fairly short when compared to Act 1, so I wouldn't be surprised if we're already close to the boss, although maybe I am getting a little too far ahead of myself. Oh yeah, we just barely got that, dude. Not sure how to get that invincibility, but I'm sure it doesn't really matter. Let's just rev up and get going, baby. I love going through those, like, loops and stuff. It's so much fun. One thing I do dislike about Sonic Mania is, when Sonic is going super fast, for whatever reason, he hangs towards the right of the screen, which I guess is to sort of give the illusion of going faster than you actually are. But the problem with that is it becomes a lot harder to sort of see what's in front of you. And oh my gosh, I'm pretty sure I just caught a special stage ring out of the corner of my eye as I was going down that slope. Ah, crud, dude. If I knew how to get back there, I totally would, because dang, I could get Super Sonic right now. Well, not really could, considering I'm, like, way past where that ring is now, but if I'd known that was there a little bit sooner, I would have slowed down for it. Oh, well, whatever. But, yeah, as I was saying, because Sonic does hang towards the right of the screen, it makes it very hard to tell, like, what's directly ahead of you, and it gives you less reaction time to dodge enemies or jump over spikes and stuff like that. It's a little bit weird. Normally, you would want the character to hang towards the left side of the screen. That way, you know, you can avoid that happening, but I guess for whatever reason, they chose not to do that in this game. Alright, oh, I think we might actually be at the boss. Yeah, there he is. Hello, Eggman. He's in his little egg submarine thing. This boss fight's actually kind of cool. What you want to do is, like, hit these mines, right? And then sort of bait Eggman into running into them. And I really hope I was the one who got that air bubble. I think it wasn't. Oh, no. I missed that mine. That's actually not a good thing, because if you miss one of those mines, that's basically a missed air bubble, and this entire thing is underwater, so you can actually drown if you're not careful. Like, yeah, we're running low on time. Thank goodness we got that air bubble. I do not want to miss any more of those. Also, hey, Tails, there you are. How nice of you to join us again. I have no idea where you went, buddy, but glad to have you back. Alright, give me another one of those mines, please. There we go. These layouts can be a little bit tricky, but as long as you're quick, you should be able to bait them back into the mine. I think maybe one more hit and we'll be good to go. This one's like the trickiest layout. Let's head back down, and there we go. We did it. Give me the air bubble. Thank goodness. Did not want to risk dying there. Again, like, you can still die in the cutscenes if you're not careful, so watch your intake in terms of, like, air. If you don't... Ah, jeez, that was stupid. If you, don't, like, fill up at the last second and enter a really long cutscene, you can just die and drown because of that. It's kind of stupid, I know, but it's just something that happens. Also, be very careful in this boss fight, too, since you are underwater. But there we go, we did it. I'm actually going to grab air before I do anything else, just in case. Jeez. Well, with that, we are done with Hydrocity. So, there we go, man. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. And now, we're moving on to another Sonic Mania exclusive stage. It's a really cool one. Welcome to Mirage Saloon. Anyways, though, before we get too far into this level, that's going to do it for this video. So if you guys enjoyed this part, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more of my videos, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.